Okay, I'm going to do this effect. You borrow a nickel and you borrow a penny. You take a magic marker and you initial one coin, you initial the penny, and you have the spectator initial the nickel, just like that. This is just a regular silk here. You actually use the spectator's hand is what you do. You tell them to hold out their hand, show your hand's empty. Okay, you show the nickel, just like so. Okay, you then take it and you put it right into their hand. So we'll use this as their hand, putting it in there. You then show the penny. It's signed. You roll up your sleeves. Show your initials are still on it. Just like that. Throw it in your hand a couple times. Roll up your sleeves. Actually, change it into the coin they have in their hand, and it's still signed. And then you say, oh, wait a minute, you squeeze that too tight, you squeeze too tight. And they open up their hand, and then they show that the signed coin is actually bent, just like that. So this is my variation of the bent penny from Bobo's Modern Coin Magic. So I'm going to explain to you how to do that. And here's what you have to do. You take a magic marker. Okay, first you take 2 sets of pliers, and when you do it, you take like a piece of paper. You have a piece of paper, actually 2 pieces of paper that you sandwich the coin in between. You take the pliers and you very carefully bend, and the reason why you use the paper is so that there's no scratch marks on it. So you write your initials on the bent penny once you prepare that. The reason why you do it with signed coins is you'll see it's much stronger. With signed coins, they can't accuse you of switching coins, even though that's what you're doing, because you have the bent penny with your initials on it, and you're going to have that in thumb palm, just like this. Now when it's all the way in thumb palm like this, the nice part about it is that, look, your hand's completely empty. As long as you relax. You know, I know it's a little awkward with the thumb here, but the point is, at the start of the trick, they don't know what you're going to do yet. You're not even going to say you're going to do magic. You're just going to say, watch, I'm going to show you something cool. So you sign with the magic marker, you sign the penny. And you can do it with borrowed coins. They sign the nickel, just their initials. Now here's what you do. You tell them to hold out their hand, and as you make this gesture, this shows the hand completely empty. And you can do that also, instead of saying, look, my hand's empty, because you don't want to do that, because then, you know, they'll say, oh, look. So you don't want to present it like that. You just want to casually show your hand's empty without saying, look, my hands are empty. So it's a very subtle thing you'll learn about magic. So you have their signed nickel, and you're just taking it like this, and you're just showing it, look, see, it's only signed on one side. Now you tell them to hold out their hand, and as they're doing that, you're showing the initials here. You're going to come over and make the switch. Now this is the switch from back here. Your finger is going to look like it goes into your hand, and actually it's behind these fingers. You're going to bend this one in like this into the thumb crotch. So now when this is in the thumb crotch, the nice part is that when you've got it here, if you hit it right, you can tell them, you can say, look, hold out your other hand. And as you do that, you can show this hand empty in a casual flash as well. You got to be careful that they don't see it here, so you want to just kind of do it quick. You just say, look, hold out your hand. You say, hold it out flat like a table, and you can make some kind of joke. Now, you put this in their hand. So it's the switch for the bent one. Now you've got this one here in the thumb crotch here. So the nice part about this is when you hit it right, you can show this. You got to be careful not to flash. So you have this here. So you can do this subtlety again, but I'd be careful here because the nickel's a little bigger. So I would just go like this. I would just show this. and you acting like you're drying the ink and stuff, and then you're going to let this one drop from thumb to finger palm. As you're showing this here, as you're rolling up the sleeves here, this hand is casually shown empty. Then you're going to make the bubble switch. This is the bubble switch. Okay? Bubble switch is you have this one in finger palm here. You throw this one once, twice. On the third time you throw it, you're going to thumb palm this here. Now you could have a second spectator if you'd like. Have them hold out their hand right after you do it, because with the penny here is small enough, and because it's copper, it also helps so they don't see it. So you could do that if you like. You could have someone else hold out their hand, because this is showing your hand empty. I mean, even if they think something's in there, you're going to get them, because as you roll up your sleeve, you're going to do the old Bobo's coin vanish. You have to wear a shirt with a pocket here as you roll up the sleeve, and you want to make all the attention on the spectator, so you have someone come up. And then as you're blowing here, like you're drying the ink, as this comes up, you're going to drop this from the thumb palm right into the breast pocket. So this is done as you're telling them to hold out their hand. If they think anything was in your hand, look, now it's not, because you've ditched it. So this has got a lot of subtleties that I've added to it. That little subtlety, but it's strong because it shows the palm's empty. Now, you put this in someone else's hand, or you can just change it. It's good to use two spectators to get a lot of interaction going. And then you say, oh, you squeezed yours too tight. You know, you can tell them to hold on tight, and you can say, oh, you squeezed it a little too tight. And then this would be their hand. They'd open their hand, and the finale, where it's bent. So I really like this because you can do it without it signed, but I think with it signed, even though you're signing one, they'll still remember it as, you know, the coins are signed and the coin is bent. So the effect is two coins that are signed change places, and then this one is bent. So I think with this little subtlety here, really makes it strong. So enjoy that. That's the bent penny transposition.